Reduction Iron's booster is much more powerful in-game than it is in this cutscene. Either that, or Deathborn is only using the accelerator at that moment to catch up to someone that he is chasing. Why he isn't going at full speed is anyone's guess. Either scenario is sinful. There goes the inconsistent booster again. Man, the Black Bull's body got nerfed in this game. Oh wait, nope, Black Shadow is dead. The cockpit sliding against the road at high speed should put glass shards all over his face, and the drama for flying around during the crash should hurt him too. He survives this. After getting thrown around in the cockpit and blown up, Black Shadow walks out with just a hurt shoulder. Just walk off, man.
Wait!
The subtitles read help, when you can clearly hear him saying wait.
One more chance is all you get to win this F-Zero Grand Prix, or...
If Deathborn is fully aware that Black Shadow lost a previous Grand Prix, then what makes him think that he'll win this time? Also, this is what happens when you eat too many Altoids at once. Is this a popular spot for F-Zero pilots to watch TV? There isn't a single other place in Mute City, the future's New York City, to watch a broadcast. Also, who is camera? What are those miniature TVs for? Okay, so does no one notice Captain Falcon walking down the alley? In this world, F-Zero pilots are as popular as rock stars, so shouldn't there be hordes of paparazzi and or fans following him? Also, we see the world from Captain Falcon's perspective, and we see quite a few people looking right at him. You can't tell me that no one notices him walking down this alley. From third-person perspective, we see Falcon walking in front of the other pilots who are watching Black Shadow. But once we get into first-person perspective, we see that he's walking behind the pilots instead. Also, Captain Falcon isn't Falcon punching anyone in this scene.
Falcon always comes out on top, no matter what.
Who built Falcon's secret base? How does he pay for the lights and heating and such? I know he's a bounty hunter, but we have yet to see him doing any sort of bounty hunting in the games. I know that this whole thing was a simulation, but are we really supposed to believe that this exhaust didn't do anything to the metal while receiving it? Yeah, it's on right here. It doesn't have a single hint that it melted at all from it. Probably the 27th century metal that does it, in case you confuse it with Eardrum Shattering City.
This time, the prize will be mine.
The lip syncing in this audio clip is off. You'd think that in the 27th century, this kind of issue wouldn't be an issue. At the rate that these bandits are falling down the cliff, and given how steep the cliff is, these guys should be tumbling instead of sliding, and sustaining multiple fractures and brain injuries.
You stole the prize money from us last time. You will pay for that.
These bandits sure do get excited when any given thing happens. It's a good thing we don't have to see their reactions when Samurai Goro has to use the bathroom. Also, Captain Falcon isn't Falcon punching anyone in this scene. Couldn't Captain Falcon just back up? His machine is turned on, so he can do that to avoid getting his neck cut. And if he can't back up, that means that F-Zero machines don't have a reverse gear? The f***?
Let's do it.
No. Samurai Goro, no one with this biggest butt of yours can perform acrobatics like that.
Alright then, the first one to that checkpoint over there is the winner.
How did Samurai Goro know that Falcon would be driving through Red Canyon to set up this whole race? Suddenly, fire Stingray! Just where was he keeping his machine the whole time? Did it magically show up, or did Goro pull it out of his ass? That would explain why it was so big back here, but that's also really gross. I know that Japan can be weird, but this seems like something that's really tame compared to Japan's norm. Either scene is sinful though.
I can't lose in my fire Stingray.
Can I, as a non-bandit, ask something? If Goro's machine is as good as he claims it is, then why does he need Captain Falcon's Blue Falcon? We already know that the Fire Stingray's max speed is much higher than the Blue Falcon, so does he really think that he'll get anything out of this? Delayed explosion reaction. Mighty Gazelle sure does move swiftly for a cyborg. Maybe it's that 27th century metal again.
What a scam! That's a 2 million space credits! Ha!
Don't worry, Silver. You can always enter the Grand Prix and get your money back. Oh. No way in the laws of physics could that coin be able to roll after flipping uncontrollably through the air.
The next race is going to start!
Gee, Silver Nielsen sure moves quite swiftly for a 98-year-old. Also, is there anyone in this game that doesn't move spastically when they make any sort of movements? Did Silver really think that by dressing up Falcon as a New Orleans clown fool anybody into thinking that he wasn't Captain Falcon? Also, Captain Falcon isn't Falcon punching anyone in this scene. Yeah, because no one, not even the racers, will be able to recognize the Blue Falcon. Okay, here's why this plan is so flawed and wouldn't work. Captain Falcon is extremely popular in this world, and people would certainly know that he pilots the Blue Falcon too. The reason why Silver disguised him is because having everyone bet on the same pilot would lead to everyone else betting on him and getting almost no monetary gain from the wager. You would think that Falcon and Nielsen would be called out on it when he uses his machine during the bet race. Hell, even the sign of the building uses the Blue Falcon as its logo. Are we really supposed to believe that Silver and Falcon get away with this? But who is Camera? Also, the fact that this song used during this chapter has never been released as a downloadable MP3 is a sin in of itself.
gangs.
That's racist. No, Michael Chain should be roadkill right now. Also, Captain Falcon isn't falcon punching anyone in this scene. At the speed that these guys are traveling at, Michael's chain should be flying around all over his face. How many of the gang members try to stop Falcon? I counted 11, but once the gameplay starts, that number jumps to 29, including Michael. In this chapter, the player has to take out Michael's machine in order to successfully complete the mission, but here, the wild boar looks like it's brand new. The f***? Also, the amount of gang members drops back to 11 in this cutscene. That's consistent with what this chapter started out with, but not with how many were in the game. Those machines don't look wrecked either, which is something you have to do in order to get the energy needed to catch up to Michael Chain.
Are you alright? Jody's still inside the building!
For someone who has a huge crush on Jodie Summer, you would think that John Tanaka would sound much more concerned and panicked than that.
Wait there.
No way did John hear Falcon say that. His cockpit is closed, and he's speeding off when he says it. Also, Captain Falcon isn't falcon punching anyone in this scene. There's a jump feature on that machine? During the races, that's not an option by Will. And there wasn't a jump pad on the road either. Something crucial is missing from this equation.
Jody!
Scene does not contain a lap dance. Considering how Captain Falcon and Jodie Summer are siblings in the F-Zero GP Legend anime, that's a good thing. You know what? I'll call this one even.
Jody!
Anytime you need to be rescued, I'll call Captain Falcon to do the job for me. Captain Falcon isn't falcon punching anyone in this scene. And this would be the most logical and opportune time to do so.
Falcon, you've come to die.
The way the Black Shadow says this makes it sound as if he's making a statement instead of asking a yes or no question. But the subtitles think otherwise for some reason. Falcon, it's raining. Don't you think you should close your cockpit so that your electronic dashboard doesn't get fried? We see the Black Shadow's using magic powers, and it gives Captain Falcon plenty of time to avoid it, but instead, he just watches. Why isn't Black Shadow a playable character in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U yet? DLC, please!
Ah! What are you doing?
Good God, this line needed some work on the enunciation. Suddenly, speed-sensitive bomb. We see the Black Shadow and the Black Bull in this shot, but are now nowhere to be found in the following one. This is a really cool scenario, really, but what sort of highway is this? Assholes. Also, if these are civilians, then why are they only trying to evacuate after the power plant and lightning area blew up? Wait, so this highway has an inverted section too? Wait a goddamn minute! If this is a civilian highway, they would end up evacuating towards a dead end. There weren't any forks in the road either, so they had nowhere else to go. And if this road was exclusively made for cargo delivery, then they would be going nowhere either. You could tack on a bunch of sins to this one scenario and walk away confidently knowing that you did your job well. Now is not a good time for an orgasm, Falcon. Deus ex crania.
Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants! The high-flying medico, Dr. Stewart!
Wasn't Dr. Stewart's hair color brown? Why is it blonde in this cutscene?
The hitman who flies at the speed of sound, Pico!
Yeah, this guy's a wanted hitman, so let's let him race anyways.
The Japanese warrior, Samurai Goro!
Jeez, on top of being really racist, F-Zero spectators are dicks to Samurai Goro.
The Emperor of Brutality, Black Shadow!
Another wanted high-profile criminal. Let's let him race anyways too. The machines such as the Wild Boar, Bloodhawk, and Little Wyvern are missing in this shot, but in the bird's eye view, they magically reappear. Also, Captain Falcon isn't falcon punching anyone in this scene. Blue Falcon and Black Bull are replaced by the Queen Meteor and Mad Wolf respectively in this shot. For some reason. The Mighty Hurricane is replaced by the Hyper Speeder in this shot as well. F***! This cutscene must have been made by a bunch of animators that hate each other. We see that Captain Falcon and Black Shadow start out in 6th and 7th place, but drop all the way down to 28th and 30th in gameplay. I know that this race is scripted, but shouldn't they still be in 6th and 7th place in-game? Where did all the other racing machines go? Did Captain Falcon really park the Blue Falcon in the middle of the track, not taking into account that no other racer would consider using their brakes? In any other racing game that I've played, the racers keep on going until you see the results and then press start to prompt it to the following race.
What the?
Black Shadow, you failed again. You good for nothing.
Forgive me, Lord Death!
Where does Deathborn send his victims? I know he has a machine in his body that transports anyone he doesn't like into space, but where exactly in space? We also don't know if there's a limit to how many vagabonds he can send into space at a time, but if it's as easy as the developers make it sound, then HBO must be f***ed.
Surely, as champion, you have to accept.
And no f***s were given by the newscasters during that event. Most useless sign ever. What sort of light was used to make Captain Falcon have to cover his eyes? He's going underground.
Dark and light, the two great forces which make up our universe.
Well, there's water, and wind, and earth. I'm pretty sure there are elements on the periodic table that also make up our universe too.
These two universal forces are condensed in each of our belts.
But why?
At the moment when the two forces become one, it is possible to seize that power. Then I can turn this whole galaxy into a pile of ashes in an instant.
When a nihilist.
Not if I can help it. I'll destroy you yet. Let's go!
By Falcon punching you and sending you off the... Oh, wait, you meant by erase. Okay. Also, Captain Falcon is in Falcon punching Deathborn in this scene. He's already died 3 times. I'm sure he'll be okay. So, were those two belts constantly gyrating around each other the whole time? Has Captain Falcon ever used his pistol before?
Falcon. To tell you the truth, there are no universal forces.
What? So if you created Deathborn to believe that there were, why?
We'll take out your soul from your body and turn it into our creation.
Well, this is just a cheap way for the developers to insert their own selves into the game.
Come off it! You think you can beat me? No way!
Falcon, these guys are practically gods. Do you really believe you can talk high and mighty towards them? Also, Captain Falcon isn't Falcon punching anyone in this scene. Yeah, bow down to your new god, Captain Falcon. Oh, snap! They did mention the Falcon Punch in this game.
It looks like a gazelle leaping across the plains of the savannah, doesn't it?
No.
My muscles hurt from laughing, even though I don't have muscles anymore.
Self-contradicting much?
My spin attack got rid of those bad-mannered troublemakers.
You and Link should have a discussion about naming conventions.
I'm on fire!
Baba, 2 over-stereotyped characters for the price of 1.
Are you really the boss of a gang of thieves?
Yes, I am!
And no cops show up.
We heard that you're a professional hitman.
Anyone you want taken care of, just let me know.
And no cops show up either. I know that I should have mentioned this beforehand, but Captain Falcon sounds nothing like Captain Falcon.
The Blue Falcon is the fastest machine on the circuit.
The Black Bull and Fat Shark disagree.
You don't win by being lucky. You win by being bold.
I'm looking at you, Mario Kart.
Listen to that crowd. Do you have anything to say to them? Yeah! Thanks for your words of enthusiasm, champion.
I would say that Mr. Zero's response should have been singular instead of plural in regards to the amount of words used, but that would be extremely nitpicky. Instead, what I will say is, that was some half-assed enthusiasm that came with Falcon's answer.
What's the most important requirement for a racer?
Heart.
There's also awareness, good reaction time, among other things. Where did all those youngsters come from?
Do androids have emotions?
Of course, when I think of how my brother was recycled as my racing car.
Even when the company went into Android production, Nintendo is still addicted to Luigi. Money-obsessed monkey.
What was the key to your victory?
I tampered with the other racers' machines!
Cheating.
You've been inundated with requests to appear on TV.
You've heard that? Then tell me why they only want me on comedy shows!
Yeah, confuses me too, buddy.
What have you learned since you died?
Living is not all there is to life. When you die, you'll know what I mean.
Thanks for your words of enthusiasm, champion.
I fail to see how those are words of enthusiasm.
The Green Panther never lets me down.
Does the Green Panther never give you up too?
Super Arrow knows not the word impossible.
Saturday morning cartoons. Shio throws Gomar high into the sky, but Gomar comes right back as if he was on the ground the whole time. Blood Falcon is the only one using any sort of punch. Captain Falcon should know better than to let his clone take his role of Falcon punching.
Do you have any secrets you'd like to share with us? Falcon, I'm not the only copy of you.
Yeah, he's named Ganondorf. Nice. Where did Dr. Clash teleport off to?
This is a victory for evil.
What?
This is a victory for evil.
Jesus, his voice is hilarious. Also, the interview answer for his rivals was cut out in the North American localized version. His response was going to be, "I will send you straight to hell. It'll be painless, I promise you." Blood Falcon can talk about killing cops all day.
The Galactic Space Federation will try to have you arrested. Keep count of how many of them I kill.
But if someone uses the word hell, there's no way it can show up in the American version. The fucking shit. Discount Kingpin. Digiboy.
I'm done with friends.
That's racist. If he does that thing with his fingers once again, I'm going to flip. PJ. Discount Wally.
The same power that will enable me to control the world.
So do you want to dominate the world, or do you want to destroy it? Make up your mind. Where's my autograph? Drugs. How did Silver Nielsen catch up to him? How could the baby have gotten onto the tracks in the first place? Stop posing and save the baby already! Nintendo created a world where people could be sexually attracted to an octopus. No judgments, I'm just saying that's the world we live in right now. Also, stupid sexy Octoman. He forgot to press R twice. So, Zoda essentially used his prize money on an evil Mr. EAD? Also, that should have crushed and killed him. Yeah, I remember the days when mini-mobs broke out and attacked the husband of a supermodel. What exactly is Blood Falcon headbanging to? Oh please, it's not like we wanted to see those nipple buttons in the first place. That's a blessing in disguise. Well, someone is going to fire their delivery man. This little shit nearly killed his own dad. Fan service.
We'll take out your soul from your body and turn it into our creation.